Dear NBA 5-on-5 listeners and watchers, here we would like to make a reaction video on official ruling from NBA on situation that happened in a game between Denver Nuggets and Miami Heat involving Nikola Jokić and Markieff Morris. Now, just a statement up front, we are not making this video to criticize anybody or anybody's decision, but we just want to give our opinion outside the propaganda narrative or outside the opinions which are not coming from the people in sports. So let us read the official statement from the NBA regarding Nuggets Nikola Jokić suspended, Heat's Markieff Morris and Jimmy Butler fined. New York, November 9th, 2021. Denver Nuggets center Nikola Jokić has been suspended one game without pay for forceful shoving Miami Heat forward Markieff Morris to the floor from behind, and Morris has been fined $50,000 for committing a flagrant foul 2 on Jokić that initiated an on-court altercation. It was announced today by Byron Spruill, President League Operations. The incident for which Jokić was assessed a technical foul and both players were ejected occurred with 2 minutes 39 remaining in the fourth quarter of the Nuggets' 113-96 victory over the Heat on November 8th at Ball Arena in Denver. In addition, Miami forward Jimmy Butler has been fined $30,000 for attempting to escalate the altercation and failing to comply with an NBA security interview as part of the review process pertaining to an on-court matter. Jokić will serve his suspension on Wednesday, November 10th, when the Nuggets host the Indiana Pacers. Now, we would like to start here with a big problem in sports, which is when you cannot win by excellence and winning is all for you, then you reach out to techniques which are not sportsmanlike, and we should be able to avoid or try to avoid these in the future. The best possible way to avoid such problems is to recognize them and to fine them or to punish the players that initiated such conduct. And here we are talking about following. The whole situation started on a half court without any importance for the game result or none so ever. We have an MVP player which is leading all stats categories in the moment in first 22 game days, which is averaging 13.6 rebounds per game, 5.7 assists per game, 1.6 steals per game, 1 block per game, and 25.4 points per game. The player which is a leader and a main player of a team being attacked or we need to call that attack. That was not some kind of intentional foul to stop the play or something, and we'll explain this in further. So, being attacked by a player who averages 2.8 rebounds per game, 1.4 assists per game, 0.3 steals per game, 0.1 block per game, and 7.7 points per game. So you have a player who's averaging 31.8 minutes on the floor, and then you have a player who averages 18.7 minutes on the floor. Now, the basketball game, especially the NBA game at this level, has grown far beyond sports, and you have players striving to basketball excellence, players striving to economical excellence, players striving to social and influencing excellence, and so forth. But then you have players which struggle in all those fields and are trying to somehow find a way to have their space. And I have to mention here, in a very not negative, but a coach from Miami is by his statements only encouraging these kind of unsportsmanships and this kind of tactics, which we used to see in the past from few coaches who just could not win by playing the game in the best possible way and as hard as it can be, but just without trying to injure another player. So you see here we have a tactical point of view where coaches or the players themselves see this as a tactic to injure a best player on opposing team, and through that have an advantage and chance for winning. Now in this game, there was no chance. It's 2 minutes 39 seconds before the end, and Denver had already a huge lead, so there was no chance for Miami to win the game. And what you see, you have Markieff Morris running from the side, not fully in Jokic's side, and this kind of players practice this kind of players can be really proficient and excellent in these kind of dirty plays. So he's hitting him on a side of his knee, which he just a week ago and for unwillingly or not intentionally had injured a little bit with a knee knock with Rudy Gobert and had to leave that game. Anyway, so what we saw is Marcus Markieff first hitting him with a knee in his side kneecap and then with the elbow in his ribs. Now, for all the people who do not play sports, they don't understand the force of these kind of touches, and what has happened thereafter is that you have Jokić just having a blackout in the moment and not having the time to think, as the Markieff unrespectfully did not apologize in that moment, did not say nothing, did not make a sportsman move, just turned the back away, and this initiated a Jokić inner sportsmanship revolt and led him to really react in this moment as soon as possible, so that this would not go away just like that. Here we also see a problem. Why did Nikola Jokić come to this point at all? Is the referees are not sensible to dirty plays. The referees do not make distinction between a sportsman-like hard play where players fight for the possessions, fight for scoring, but not in a way to injure another player. And then they do not recognize the unsportsmanship and the danger of dirty plays that have intention to injure somebody. Now, coming back to the official ruling from the NBA. So, dear NBA, we, out of your final decision, what we see is you have not penalized the dirty play with intention to injure another player, and this has not been the first time. And by this, you are not only supporting future plays from this player or another player which has no basketball excellence but has to find a niche to try to get a contract with the coach that wants to win in this way. And so you are enabling this as a part of tactic for coaches and teams, and this is your wrongdoing in our opinion. Now, we are not defending Nikola's decision to enforce the strength and enforce the power to humiliate a player that needed to be humiliated. But we want to point to you out that you need to let the best players have possibility to play the game in best possible way, the way that we lovers of basketball love to watch, and we are paying and willing to pay to watch those kind of performances. Now again, what is for me the most dangerous thing in these situations is, in my opinion, through this kind of decision, you are encouraging a future tactical moves from coaches which do not have excellence and do not respect sportsmanship, but are willing to do anything to win, also beyond the rules of the game and beyond the sportsmanship of the game, and willing to command a player to injure another player, to play dirty with another player, so that maybe mentally the player will be or physically would be so influenced that he could not have the impact that he is normally having on the game. So by saying this, it is never too late to realize the mistake, and when you want to fine or you want to punish somebody, you need to also include referees and also all elements which led to this kind of situation. Also, what I am expecting to see is a fine for Miami coach due to his official statement and a narrative around these unconducts. So we wish you all the best. We hope you will not have any kind of these situations in the future. We hope that all players will be able to play to their full potential and that injuries come only due to a sport and not due influence from another player or from a dirty play. So by that saying, let's play the game fairly and let the best one win. So we wish you a great game day in front, and until the next time and the next reaction video.